Hello, my name is Andrea White, and I will be your facilitator for the next 3 weeks. I wanted to welcome you to ADJ 101, SNHU's online faculty training and assessment. I just wanted to kind of make this really quick video just to introduce myself so you can kind of put a face to my name and not just a picture, but just seeing me interact and talk. And I want to kind of show you a few little things with navigation in the course, some tips, and hopefully that'll help you to get started here. So again, I'm Andrea White. You can actually read a little bit more about me in the announcements, and I'll show you that in a second. I did kind of just want to introduce myself, even though I know you can read a little bit more. I have been with SNHU since 2013. I am a faculty trainer here, and I teach education courses. I have also helped develop just a handful of education courses as well, which was really exciting. Before I was with SNHU, I was an early childhood educator for 7 years, mainly second grade, but I also taught kindergarten and third grade. So I loved that. I also loved staying home once I started having kids, and SNHU came along just as I left teaching K through 3, and then I found SNHU, and I've loved it ever since. So here actually is a quick little picture of my 3 boys. This was back in the springtime. So Parker's the oldest, he's in 3rd grade. Hunter is in 1st grade and he's 7, and Cooper just turned 5 kind of recently. So he's my little peanut. He's still in preschool. So next year I'll have all 3 of them in school full time. So it'll be a little bit of adjustment change, but I'm excited about it. So back to the course here. So when you first log in, we are in Brightspace. We've been in Brightspace for about a year now. It's pretty exciting. I feel like we're always kind of adding some new features to Brightspace to make sure, it's more student-centered, and also that we can do our best with feedback and everything for faculty. So when you first log in, you should see what I'm seeing right now. You will always have the top 3 announcements. Right now there's only 2. So you'll see the welcome announcement that will make sure to watch that video in there. I'll make sure to kind of tell you a little bit more about the training. And then here's my announcement, which I will share all about myself, and I will also share some tips as well. So just a quick little navigation kind of some advice a little bit too is you've got your course menu here. We have your announcements, your learning modules, discussions, assignments, which these are like actual papers that you submit, which we only technically have 1, and it's not even really a paper, it's more of a reflection, and that's not till week 3. Now, if you will be enrolled in ADJ 301, which is a first year experience courses, which I will let you know if you are one of those. So you will see an email from me on Monday. If you are an FYE instructor, you'll have to take a separate little 2-hour training. You'll have the whole 3 weeks to do it, and you'll have to upload your certificate. So those are the only 2 things in assignments. You'll upload a certificate only if you're an FYE instructor, and I will let you know on Monday through email, and then your journal in week 3. So that's the only thing you'll have to worry about with there. This is really nice when you are an instructor with the assignment section, because this is where you can provide feedback on a student's actual paper, which I personally love through Turnitin. You can also leave voice feedback as well. It's pretty neat. Quizzes, we'll have quite a few quizzes in the course, so you'll find all of those there. The neat thing is you'll also find everything in learning modules, which personally, that's how I like to go through a course with, just because I'm I like to do things in chronological order. So, I kind of just work down the line. So personally, that's how I like to do it. But if you want to go through, each section, you can do it here. And then grades. So when I grade your discussion or grade a quiz, you'll go into your grades, and you can click on the title of it, and then you usually have a view rubric icon or see assessment icon to click on the actual rubric of it, which the discussions will have rubrics, and I believe some of the quizzes have rubrics as well as the journal. And I'll walk you through that when the grades are submitted too. So discussions, we'll have several discussions, which is actually one of my favorite features of Brightspace, just because you can interact with each other. I feel like I learn with every new cohort as well. So here's the general questions form. One little tip is you will want to subscribe to it. So when you click on it, this is the only one you're going to see right now. The other discussions will show up the Monday that the course starts. You will see discussion 1-1, and you'll see that in the learning module section, which I'll show you here in a second. You're going to want to just subscribe right there to that. And when you subscribe, you will get an email sent. But this is the biggest thing. So before you before you subscribe, you're going to need to go to, this is a really cool feature that I make sure I tell all my students and future instructors. So to get notifications, you'll want to go to your name up here. So you're going to click on that. You're going to go to notifications. This is key. You have to do this in order to get emails sent to you or a text message sent to you. So this is really neat. You can register your mobile number. I don't, because everything's registered through my email. So, my email is linked to my phone. So everything I get on my phone. So in my email. So I just have my email signed up here. And then this is awesome. You can select anything that you want to get notified. If you have your text message or your cell phone number in there, you can click on that. I always have announcements just so I know that they're getting released. As an instructor, it's just nice to know, okay, they're getting released. I subscribe to to the discussion, general questions board. You can also subscribe to certain threads as well. Now, if I was a student, I always tell my students I would check grades when my grades released. I know when I was in my master's program, it was like, grinding teeth waiting for my grades. So this is a really nice feature that I always tell students to click on, so then they'll know when I have an assignment graded for them. So that is like one of my biggest tips with Brightspace, and that I always tell my students as well. So you're going to make sure when you want to do that, so you can get notifications of any questions in that discussion board. And same thing with any threads if you want to subscribe to your own thread. Okay, so learning, actually, I'll come back here in a second. So here's some tools. So there's the calendar, which is really nice. You can click on that. There's the class list to see everyone that's in our cohort. And then the e-portfolio, we're not going to do anything about that. We are just moving to that, actually, in my education courses, where the students in like the MED program are saving everything. So at the end, they can create this awesome portfolio and have that before they leave. This is to go to your My SNHU. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that. I use that all the time as an instructor. I go to the COLT, it's down here on the bottom, the COLT faculty portal, which is really nice. So you'll learn more about that. And then here's our online student services, which is also really nice. You can kind of check out everything there. And like I said, we'll talk more about, I'm going to go back here. We'll talk more about those throughout the course, especially in weeks 2 and weeks 3. Okay, let's go back to our learning modules here. And this is kind of the last little tidbit. I'll try to wrap it up. So here I'm going to show you actually one little tip, and then you'll want to start in the introduction module. Now this is huge. You cannot move on to week 1 until you take the introduction quiz, which is all the way here, almost at the bottom, down here. It's 1-1. So you have to take this before you can move on to week 1. So you have our welcome statement, our faculty care handbook. So like I said, I personally like to go down in order, and then I'll give a little check once you clicked it off or submit the assignment, which is really nice. And here, this is so important, assignment guidelines and rubrics. So there you'll find all the requirements for the quizzes and the discussion board. So I hope that kind of helps. Also one quick little thing is you can bookmark certain items like that assignment guidelines and rubrics. So you can click on that, and when you click on it, there'll be a little bookmark up here in the corner, and you can click on that and it'll always be bookmarked right here. So that's really nice. So please let me know if you need anything. I'm really excited to get to know you. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.